It's that time again, the Austin, Texas real estate market update. Let's go. All right, my name is Paulie Campanero, owner of the Vision Realty Group, and the purpose and intent of me sharing this inside market information is for you to have clarity on what's really going on with the Austin, Texas real estate market. Now, you hear talking heads from California and people in Austin who don't sell or buy real estate on a regular basis, and the picture's muddied. It's unclear on what's really going on. Even when you're looking at the information that we're looking at today, it can be hard to understand and have clarity on what's happening. So, for instance, the Travis County data that we're looking at here comes from the Austin Board of Realtors. Now, the little yellow arrows show the trend year over year. Now, that can be confusing because the last year, a lot's happened going up and going down. And so I thought it'd be important to make sure that the focus of the market updates that I do are month over month to get better clarity and a more accurate picture of what's happening with the real estate market here in the greater Austin, Texas area. All right, so stick around to the end because I'm going to do a summary on whether you should buy or sell real estate right now in Central Texas and if you should wait until the spring. Okay, so to get there, let's jump in on the micro data here that we're looking at. This is the Travis County July 2023 statistics. And we can see here that the median sales price is $545,000. Now, pretty interesting because when we're looking at the data and we see what happened in January, $499,000 compared to July 2023, $545,000. That's almost a 10% increase in value. Now, that's pretty interesting that we've seen that much appreciation because it certainly doesn't feel like the market's doing that well. Stay tuned. I'll get to that later. Okay, so for some of this micro data, you can see here, yeah, and look, 545,000 compared to January, which was 500,000 essentially. Year over year, this time in July 2022, we're down 9%. Again, so you can see how people may be confused, or from a talking head in California who's talking about the market and only has access to this type of data, thinks that the market may not be doing so well, down 9% from July 2022, when we can see that we're up 9%, almost 10% since year to date, January 2023. All right, let's keep going. So the closed sales data is 1344. Again, that's up 5% from this time last year, but let's see where we are from the beginning of the year. January, we're January 749. So we're up almost double the sales since January of 2023. 51 days on market to be able to sell a home on average. Now, hey, let me just take a little sidebar here because as a professional who represents a lot of sellers, a lot of investors, people moving and relocating, it can be tricky on days on market because we're commonly talking to sellers and going, hey, we got to pay attention to days on market because if we sit around too long on the market, then buyers start thinking, what's wrong with the property? And we don't want to be in that position. The tricky thing is that many sellers and or listing agents overprice properties. And so they begin chasing down the market. And the tricky thing is that when we look at that data on the price that caused an offer to occur and to cause the property to go pending, for a buyer and seller to agree on price, typically occurs within 30 days when they get the price right. Then. So what I mean is that if they start at $500,000 and they had to chase the market down to $450,000, once they got to $450,000, the price point that the buyers deemed reasonable to make an offer typically occurs within 30 days. So even though this 51 days shows days on market, I want you to understand if you're a seller, your property, even in the multi-million-dollar range, should be selling within 30 to 45 days. Once you get over $1.5 million, things begin to change a little bit. But I'll tell you, I sold a couple of $2 million properties this year that sold within 45 days. So this stigma or this myth that it takes a long time to sell a property simply isn't true. Okay, so let's look at January, where it took 67 days. So in Travis County now, 51 days. Things are speeding up a little bit. New listings to the market, 1,836 from January, 1,410. So new listings are up since the beginning of the new year. active listings, so current homes on the market. So new listings were new listings to the month of July, but the overall active listings in Travis County, 4,697. That's up significantly from just a hair over 3,000 at the beginning of the new year. Now, July pending sales, 1314. Okay, so you can see here that since January, we're up a little bit in pending sales. So we're up in pending sales, we're up in active listings, and we're up in new listings. Okay, so pretty interesting. Now, the months of inventory, which basically is if no other homes came on the market, how long would it take for all the homes to sell? Well, 4 months. Now, since the beginning of the new year, it was 2.5 months. And since we had less active listings, less newer listings, then that kind of makes sense that because there's more new listings to the market, there's more active listings in July, then it's taking a little bit longer to sell. Now, this is interesting because Travis County has been doing something drastically different than Williamson County. Again, Travis County is the central metro area, a good portion of what's happening in the hill country going towards Lake Travis and South Austin. Williamson County is a little bit different. Here's July statistics for Williamson County, where it's a pretty large county incorporating a lot of the northern, more rural portions of central Texas. Round Rock, Georgetown, Hutto, Pflugerville, Taylor. And so this is a nice big chunk of county here. And it's pretty interesting because look at the data here. Median sales price for July, $428,000. Let's see where we started in the new year, $437,000. So $437,000 in January 2023. And for July, we're down $428,000 is the median sales price. Now look, 437, 428. We're not down a ton, but we're down compared to Travis County, which was up almost 10%. Very interesting and different things happening. When you hear the term real estate's local, that's exactly what we're seeing here. Because what's happening here in Central Texas even is a lot different than what's happening on the coasts. While I have conversations and brainstorming sessions with my colleagues on the East Coast and on the West Coast, those markets are actually experiencing still multiple offers, properties selling above and beyond asking price more regularly. And so when we talk about real estate being local, we got to be careful to understand what's really even happening, because from Williamson County to Travis County, things can be different. And from neighborhood to neighborhood, things can be different. You need to be able to have the right information to understand what's going on, whether you're buying or selling, to make sure that you have the strategy for you to win. Okay, so let's take a look at the median sales price. Again, down 11% from July 2022. Those yellow arrows are year-over-year data trends. But again, the reason I'm doing the videos is because the month-over-month trends is what's important. And we look at July versus June. June 449, July 428. Whoa. Okay, so 4.5% or so down. June, Williamson County 449, July 428. That's a big chunk downwards. What happened in the prior month, May 439, and then we shot up to 449. See what I mean? Like the market, it's out of its mind. May we were at 439, June we went to 449. This is Williamson County, and then July we're back down to 428. This market is volatile. Weird things are happening. And so understanding what's happening month to month gives us better clarity on what the market's really doing. Okay, so closed sales, 895 closed sales for the month of July in Williamson County. From January, it was 556. So we got more closings up in from the new year. Year over year trend, we're down 5% from this time last year, July 2022. Now, active days on market, pretty similar to Travis County, 57 days, a little bit more. But let's take a look at from January 2023, beginning of the year, 85 days to sell a market. So again, the trend moving downwards in regards to how quickly it takes to sell a property. Properties are moving faster. Now, new listings, 1,247 for the month of July in Williamson County. From January, up almost 400 homes. And you can see here, while we're up 400 homes on new listings, we're down 28% on new listings from this time last year. So new listings, new to the market for the month of July, down almost 30% year over year. But month over month, we're actually, new listings are up. So again, it can be quite confusing with new listings. This time last year, the numbers were so low, right? They were a lot lower than they are right now. Yet from month over month, the new listings are up just a bit, and we're finishing the summertime. We're moving into the fall. Pretty typical in Central Texas for the inventory to begin to bloat a little bit towards the end of the summer, with activity slowing for school. And so interesting because, again, that year-over-year data can be tricky. All right, active listings, 2,788 for active listings. Total homes for sale for the month of July. From the new year, we're at 2,300. We're at 2,700 now. So not much of a change, but a little bit of an increase, and down 2% from this time last year. Pending sales at 937 for Williamson County. That's up 5% from last year, but from last month, 909, 937, we're, I'd say stabilizing. It's pretty even. All right, months of inventory. Again, if all the properties, no other properties came on the market, and how long would it take for all the properties to sell in Williamson County? 3.1 months. It's a little lower of an inventory, less concentrated population in Williamson County. I'm curious as to the population is a little bit less in Williamson County than Travis County, but it's interesting that it takes properties are moving a little bit quicker, while the median price point has gone down. Maybe people are getting excited about those lower prices or dragging homeowners down in Williamson County because properties have been sitting on the market a fair amount of time. Okay, so let's summarize what's been going on here. What's happening? What do we expect for the upcoming months? Hey, look, if you're a buyer, the right time to buy is when you're ready, when the numbers make sense and you can afford it and you're not putting yourself in jeopardy, and you explore all your options in regards to resales versus new homes, because sellers are beginning to bend. The honeymoon is over from when we experienced a couple years in a row of 30 and 40% appreciation year over year. And people are beginning to understand that, look, I need to get real with what's going on for me to be able to move. And while many people are maybe trying out the market or may not have to move, there are people that really want to and really need to move. And when you get some of that inside market information, you're able to do that homework. That's what a good professional should be able to do for you. Then some of that intel, that inside market information, can give you leverage with a resale seller, or a little extra homework on just how far can we negotiate with a new home builder to be able to maximize getting our closing costs paid for, or getting credits towards upgrades, because all of that's happening and more, including interest rate buy downs, which is still happening, where people are getting interest rates in the 4 and 5% range, because look, home builders, especially moving towards the end of the year, where the closer we get to the end of the year, they're trying to get properties off their books and to start fresh for the new year, are going to be more incentivized. They're going to be more motivated to incentivize buyers to buy. And so, hey, this could be awesome time to buy. A little lull in the market while the market is kind of stabilizing. Now, hey, Paul, Travis County, what is up almost 10% since the new year? Is that really stabilizing? Well, it's really weird, because the activity's been weird, and I'll get to that in a second. But back to buyers. If you're a buyer, look, this could be a fantastic time to buy, because Austin, Texas still has tons of demand from people moving here from all parts of the country, and especially with our economy and our tech-based sector here in Austin, Texas, there's still a lot of people incoming. We're getting calls still every month from people coming here where they are very well paid. And when you have couples, two people that are going in on a property, a married couple or a partnership, and they both make good money, these prices still seem pretty dang good to Northern and Southern California. And while, the migration of California to Texas is another thing, I'd love to hear your comments on that and what you think about that. So comment below. The matter of fact is, look, it's happening, and growth will continue and appreciation will continue. However, we're stuck in a little lull right here based off of the market not going bananas anymore. And rightfully so, the Feds raised interest rates too fast, in my opinion, to be able to pull back the rate of appreciation. And look, we needed that, especially here in Austin, Texas. Like, we needed to stop the madness of the 30 and 40% appreciation that was occurring in such huge chunks. And so, hey, here in Austin, Texas, I'm talking about, we needed a little bit of a pullback on that. So with interest rates, that definitely has caused that to happen. We see here in the numbers with Travis and Williamson County, the some stabilization in regards to the market coming down and evening out, and that more properties on the market. And the Jerome Powell said in his own words, just within the last 60 days, hey, we want to see home inflation numbers come down. Translation, we want to see a little bit more depreciation. We want to see the market slow down a little bit further. And so they've left room already for interest rates to increase. And so not many people are projecting that the interest rates are going to go down significantly. They may waver a little bit, but nobody expects to see 4 or 5% interest rates in the near future. And the problem is that the interest rates that we have now, while historically they're pretty decent, the median price points are historically high. So when you have price points we've never seen before, with interest rates that are on par historically, it still makes things more expensive, which is why people talk about affordable housing or the affordability of this new era that we live in regards to how much homes cost. And so we're moving into the fall months, right? Summer's over. Fall, winter, holiday seasons, October, November, December, January, February, these are the slower months of the year, so less buyer activity. So while there's less buyers out there, then there's less demand. And if there's less demand, then we could certainly anticipate that we won't see big chunks of appreciation. Possibly. You just never know what's going on. And because this economy is so weird, I'd say keeping track month over month on what's happening can give you better indication. But I would say, I bet that, look, if you're not getting the price point that you're looking at right now, let's switch lanes to sellers. Then should I sell right now? Look, the fall, because of the high interest rates and moving into this more seasonally slow period of time for real estate, I'd say, look, you're probably not going to get a better price in March or April. You may be able to wait out the winter and then March, April, and maybe May and sell next June or July and have some more appreciation. Significantly, how much more versus how much money you've spent on the property, the time and energy that you've put into the property may not be worth it. So here's what I'm saying. If you want to be able to maximize your protecting your equity and not roll the dice and gamble till next year, I'd say, look, sell now. Sell sooner, sell faster. The longer you're on the market, the worse off it is. Time is your enemy when you're on the market. It does not benefit you in any way possible to be on the market over the average days on market. And remember, average days on market took into consideration some people were overpricing. So even giving you that grace that number really is lower, and a good professional should be able to give you indication on what the real number should be, then look, don't gamble that with trying to start high, because what you really do is gambling your money. And I hate to lose, man. And I lived in Las Vegas for a very long time, almost 20 years. And I never gambled because I just didn't like losing money. And that's what you're doing with the equity in your home. You're gambling the fact that you may lose money the longer you sit on the market. You may lose money if you wait until next spring. I could be wrong, but the indicators and the numbers and the trends point to there's not a very good chance or a chance for significant increase in value to happen to put your property on the market in March, April, maybe even May. So look, you want to sell sooner than later. The longer you wait, the more that you possibly gamble. If you can wait and you're not in a position where you have to sell, then look, ride it out for at least another 18 months, because I'd say probably after the elections, things could get a little bumpy again. The current administration, without getting political, even though I'd love to hear some of your comments below, but without getting political on the video, is that, the current administrations like to shine things up as best they can moving into the elections. And then after the elections are over, the real stuff hits the fan. So, we could see some intentional, and we've seen it already from the Fed's manipulation of the markets to make it the way that they want it, and to try to balance that out and make things look good in the economy. But the matter of the fact is, things aren't fantastic. And so the moral of the story is lots of gambling going on. Do you really want to gamble your equity? If you can hold, then look, you're probably holding a minimum of 2 years, but I wouldn't expect that things are going to be that much better in the spring. But hey, we'll see, because this market has been extremely volatile, and with that volatility, then we'll continue to track the market month over month to see what's going on, what's happening, and you get boots on the ground information to understand, should I buy? Should I sell? Should I wait? Hey, appreciate you guys. Comment, subscribe, share, and continue to watch, because it motivates me to put out the information you need, the inside market information that you're not getting anywhere else, to understand what to do with Austin, Texas real estate properties. Hey, thanks so much. Take care.